Okay, we're back. And we're going to head into Pan. Shouldn't be too much of a problem, considering everything we've been through so far. Immediately get Portal N, cool. Portal to another floor, I mean. Let's go Dragon Form. Oh man, a Hierophant. And a Shadow Fiend. Well, that's not great. Go back into Statue Form. Wow, I did Statue Form, but I miscast it. Oh man, let's just kill him. Now we'll go back into Dragon Form. Hierophants can do about as much fire damage as an Orb of Fire, so not to be messed with. Let's take this Potion of Haste, always good to see. And we'll rest on the portal and then take it. Okay, got a Cacodemon here. If you notice that this just changed, my power went out, and I'm just going to cut the videos together. So anyway, let's just turn on staff form. I'm going to put some butterflies out here, actually. So this Cacodemon has a little bit harder of a time mutating me, and I'm going to use Javelins of Penetration, which are unlikely to hit my butterflies, but will probably hit the Cacodemon. See, the butterflies have like 5 pips of EV. So throwing penetration, or even large rocks, through your butterflies, any throwing item really, that's a strategy that can work. Ooh, Pan's being really nice to us. We found... well, that was a 2-stack, actually. Amazing. Yeah, Pan's been really cool to us with haste potions. We found 3 within like a couple minutes of being in here. Oh, okay. Demonic Rune is here. Let's go stat form for all this. I'm gonna throw rocks here. Okay, you know, normally I don't bother to clear this floor because it's just sort of obnoxious to do so. In this case, I think I'm gonna. Because we could use the loot. We could use mutation potions, although I don't think we'll find any here. In fact, I think they can't spawn here, but you know, that's okay. A little bit of inventory management. Let me just think about what I want to get rid of. Man, all this stuff is really necessary, you know. You know what? I don't think we need these potions of Berserk Rage. Chances are good, never going to use them. So let's just turn those off. Because you know what? If we really need a Berserk Rage, we're wearing an Amulet of Rage. So I'm not really thinking there's going to be an issue where I need to Berserk right now. Oh, and we have 1 scroll of magic mapping. But you know what? I'm not going to use it here. Hey, you know what we might find here? We might find an artifact shield. How cool would that be? If we find a large shield with, like, I don't know, resistance or 2 on it. A lot of large shields spawn in this place. Let's do Dragon Form. Dragon Form's really good in here because those cherubs. Well, actually, what was he doing? Was it the Ophan that was hitting me with the fire? Yeah, Ophans have bolt of flame, so, or bolt of fire, I should say. So this will give me a little extra R fire, and there's really no source of cold in here as far as I know. The roughest thing in here is really if you happen to be undead or a demon spawn, then you've got some real big problems on your hand. But as a troll, we're pretty good. I could pick up these needles and use them, but it's a little late for us to be. I mean, even with my high throwing, it's just not quite enough to get the paralysis reliably on Panlords, so I'm going to skip all that in the interest of inventory management. Let's pull this stuff back here. Or not, it didn't follow me. Oh man. How many R is this? I want to kill the Deva first, generally, because, well, the Deva is the guy that gets to ignore my AC and gets to pretty much hit me regardless of anything if he starts smiting. I'll let this guy walk to me. No problem. Pretty good stuff. Surprised there are Zot traps in here. I don't know why, but I had the impression that there were no Zot traps on this floor. Of course, that's wrong. Close this door, let them come to me. And I'll just swing on this stuff. Do Yaras. These guys can be mutated. Nope. Didn't want to be berserk there. But that's okay, we did not run into the Seraph. Oh yeah, there he is. Let's walk backwards and wait for him. Lure him right to us. Looks like he's got a long sword of speed. No big deal, we take him out quite easily. Let's get this loot. Ring of protection, I don't want that. This book has nothing I need. A little bit disappointing loot. Not too bad, though. You know, I'm not really going to need minus Tela ever again. That was so I could go through Zot safely, so I really don't know why I've been toting this thing around for all this time. I'm going to drop that. Let's clear out this floor. Get a little bit of experience. That'll give us some indications. Get some more loot. Maybe we'll find something useful. It's a very loot-heavy floor, so couldn't hurt, you know, to do this. We're kind of the perfect character to be doing this, because if you're kind of fragile, this floor can suck. Yeah, like if you don't have a lot of hit points, if you're like a gargoyle, for example, this floor can surprise you a bit. If you have to fight a bunch of Devas at the same time, which at some point you will, because of the, I mean, I don't know what it's called, but it's like a little shrine with a bunch of Devas in it. Hello, Mr. Pearl Dragon. Got some hot dragon versus dragon action here. Holy Breath is something that does insane damage if you're undead or a demon spawn. Thankfully we're not. But yeah, if you have low hit points, regardless of your defenses, a bunch of smiting Devas can really ruin your day. If you have 400 hit points like me, this this floor is pretty much a cakewalk. I mean, it's not, I wouldn't say it's like purely O-tab, but it's pretty easy. I don't even have to transform for most of this stuff. Troll form's good enough to get the job done. And we get some meat here, so we get to stay engorged. And you know what I forgot to do? This is where a pearl dragon's gonna be. So let's get that experience. Man, this 417 hit points. I haven't really looked, but I am curious how many hit points I have while berserked and in dragon form. Unless I had robust mutations on top of this, this is pretty much the maximum amount of hit points you can have in this game. Like, there are some minor optimizations, like if I hadn't, I'd have more if I hadn't, if I had not sacrificed 2 levels, I'd have a little more hit points. If I had the Amulet of Vitality, I'd have a little more hit points, but for the most part, this is pretty much the most hit points you could ever have, assuming you were berserked at the same time. So I'm curious just how much extra hit points I'd really have. Oh man, he doesn't want to... Let's just roar. We're very loud. Wow, they're not coming. See, the game wants to force me to fight like 5 of these dudes at the same time. Did you see that? Yeah, he just didn't sort of... he just didn't follow us is what I'm trying to say. He, I was trying to see what happened. Yeah, there we go. I guess he got rude, like he got hit with the Rue effect. And then he wouldn't follow us. Because look at this, you know, in theory, these guys should just come right along. There we go, finally. They're actually coming. Oh, here we go. 625 hit points while berserked and in dragon form, which is pretty insane. That's like probably more than double what most characters ever see. Even the most powerful characters are the highest hit point characters. I'm just gonna fight through this stuff, and if I need to apocalypse, I will. So it looks like I'm probably gonna have to. I was kind of hoping that Berserk would hit, but it did not. But yeah, most characters would have a real issue fighting that many Devas at the same time. I mean, I did not, but I happen to have the benefit of 400 some hit points. Let's fight this stuff over land, and I'm glad I did because an artifact shield dropped. That could be good. Let's try it on. Cursed +0 shield. Now this is unbelievably, this is the 3rd large shield we found that was an artifact and is +0. A little surprising, 2 of them had +6 intelligence. Oh well. So, fully clearing this was sort of a waste of time, but can't complain too much. Let's bail on out of here into the next floor of Pandemonium. We got the rune, so, I mean, wasn't a waste of time. Hey, awesome. Right into Glorksvlock's floor. This should be a cakewalk. I'm not going to bother magic mapping this. I'm totally fine. Just auto-exploring and tabbing this stuff. I mean, executioners can do nothing to us, really, at this point. Even hasted, they just can't get through my defenses. Maybe if there were, like, enough of them around me. But as long as I'm in stat form, I'm not worried about that at all. This is very strictly an O-tab situation. I don't think there's ever been a situation where I've been scared on Glorks's floor. Like, he could probably use a buff. Then again, because I do pan last, that could just be a consequence of the order of operations, you know, the order in which I do these floors. Like, if I did pan first instead of hell, maybe I would be a little more scared of Glorks. But in general, he just seems like a pushover. His entire floor seems like a pushover, except for these cursed skulls, which die pretty easily. Look at all this. Look at these executioners. Easy, easy. They're a little rough if you're like a pure caster. Like if you're not, if you're not a melee hybrid like I am with this, you know, transmutations and whatnot. If you're like a deep elf and you're trying to kill things with Firestorm, I guess that if it gets next to you, you're in some big trouble. But I'm sure I had trouble with it on my Octopode, for example. I'd have to go back and watch the videos. Okay, this dude's got Symbol of Torment. That's really the only thing we're concerned about. Let's go stat form immediately. Let's large rock him. Let's see if we can't get him in the net. And he's in the net. So we'll just proceed to wreck him. He gets out of the net. Let's net him again. Nets work really well against him. Unlike Ereshkigal, he doesn't have amazing evasion, so we can pretty much... Whoa, what is happening? Oh, we just got hit several times. That's fine. Alright, we'll finish him off. And off he goes. Easy enough. We pretty much only took significant damage from the Symbol of Torment, and that's just because the only torment resistance I have on this character is stat form. I don't have RN+++ unless I swap off, which I did not bother to do. Jeez, I'm just killing executioners and not even going into stat form. Alright, so we have the Dark Rune now. Let's leave. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to save the magic mapping in case I really need it. Like if I'm on a floor of Pandemonium and I need to go. This is interesting. I'm in the disco vault. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That didn't even bother to. That didn't really make anything closer to me, did it? So let's you know what? I'm just gonna power lead. Wow, look at all that torment. Wow, 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 wow. Good time to teleport? Nope, we have blurry vision. Wow, this is bad. Well, let's stat form to get the hit points and the... Oh no. That's a Hellion. That sure is a Hellion. I'm gonna quaff haste. Just because this is a rough situation, and I am gonna teleport, but I have haste, so no problem. I'm very glad I teleported, because I'm taking a ton. Oh my god, I'm taking a ton of damage. I could probably die at any moment here, for sure. Oh, this is really bad. We ate like 2 torments while stepping on the stairs. Oh man, this is really, really bad. I wish I hadn't power leaped. Well, we're teleporting, so really what we need to do is just drink a bunch of heal wounds, probably. We could die here. A lot of damage from this Blizzard Demon possible, a lot of damage from this Cacodemon possible from Energy Bolt. A lot of damage from the Executioner technically possible if he just hits us and gets through our GDR. And if Hellion decides to call down Damnation on us despite the stuff next to me, it's pretty much game over. But we've got the heal wounds and we're hasted even though we're in staff form, so let's just see. Wow. We're going to keep drinking heal wounds. We have a lot, so if we just keep drinking. This is working out. This is okay. Probably should have drank ambrosia. Man, this Panlord. Let's just keep heal woundsing. Looks like we're doing okay here. Drink a cure wounds. Okay, there we go. Okay, that was kind of stupid. Wow, he just found us. Large rocks, maybe? You know what? We're gonna dig. Yeah, that was a situation where I was actually very seriously considering using my Ziggurat to go to safety. Oh man, got mutated. Yeah, the Ziggurat might have been the move there. Hard to say what was better. But we had enough heal wounds that I felt reasonably confident. What could we have done differently there? Well, I probably shouldn't have power leaped when I went onto the floor. Because it's not like I didn't know that the game is perfectly capable of popping you into a big pile of things. So you should always, as a Rue character, make sure you have access to Apocalypse as you're swapping floors. I mean, it could drop me right next to Mullen, or Lom Loban. I almost said Mullen Labank. It's not right at all. It's the Panlord of Guns. But yeah, it can drop you right next to a Panlord, named or not. It can drop you next to some really nasty stuff. And here's a Panlord, actually. He's next to me. I'm gonna Apocalypse. Dispelling energy, huh? I don't think they'll... Okay, they will. For some reason, I was under the impression that Panlords will not leave their floor. But guess what? I was wrong. But that's fine. We one-shot him with... Well, I wouldn't say it's one shot, but we take him out with one more hit. A little bit of inventory management. Book of Burglary. Pick that up at some point. Don't need it anymore. Well, I didn't ever need it, really. It's not like I can cast invisibility or like it would matter at this point. Let's just go to the next floor. Shadow Fiend. Let's try to avoid fighting those. As usual in Pan, we're really aiming for getting into the portals and going home. Oh, hey. These are almost never seen. Look at this. In fact, I didn't think these dudes could spawn. I thought that they had to be made in the extremely unlikely scenario of a holy type enemy being turned into a pig by the Porculator spell, which only Kirky has. Now we've got like a little grate full of these holy swine. And you know what? I'm gonna be a jerk and I'm gonna kill them. Unfortunately, we don't get anything special for our trouble. Oh man, I will... Well, these guys have access to some pretty good energy attacks, unfortunately. And we, as you may or may not remember, don't have any resistances. It's one of the reasons we need to be extra careful in here on this character, because, I mean, yeah, sure, we have a ton of hit points, but you'd be surprised how fast that can deplete when you don't have resistances. I mean, I see people on forums and places saying, well, I don't want to do Zot unless I have like 3 pimps of fire resistance, which is, you know, that's cute and everything. I mean, sure, it's nice, but the reality is you're not going to do that on most characters. It's just not going to happen. Okay, I'm gonna go through here. This is probably where the Panlord is, but oh my god. Let's swap on RN+++. And just, wait, are these guys? They're resistant to fire, so let's penetrate. I did not expect this much crap. I mean, I know it's a ruined door, but come on. Close the door. Okay. This guy's doing quite a lot of torment to me. Or actually, no, he's just hitting me with ice. I guess I'm glad I put on my RC+. There we go. Alright, we'll pop this back on. Yeah, generally, opening ruined doors is a bad idea in Pan, but sometimes it's just the Panlord and a couple buddies, but sometimes you'll get something like this enormous pile of tormentors. Oh, there he is. Let's check him. 34 damage, not a warrior, probably has some good spells. High EV and no AC. Let's see if we can hit him with some rocks. Oh no. Summon a Greater Demon, which I guess a Tormentor counts. Let's take a step back. Let's just kill this dude. I'm gonna read Teleport. Wow. Okay, he's got Bolt of Draining. He's doing nothing but summoning Tormentors. He has Summon Greater Demon, but it's always a Tormentor. Okay, I'm gonna read Teleport again. Unfortunately, wow, I have slow... I'm slow reading my scrolls because of that mutation. So what happened is, I was trying to read Teleport to cancel the Teleport, and instead of doing that, it just read Teleport again, so... I'm thinking maybe there should be something that stops that from happening, but... like maybe lets you cancel. Not that big of a deal, though. Of course, I went in here because there's a guaranteed gate. Okay, but no lag. Just 3 more runes left in here. And this is our chance. This is the chance to fix all of our mutation problems. Probably going to get badly mutated here anyway. There's going to be a lot of ugly things in here, and we are going to eat a lot of meat. By the way, we've been training evocations for a while, and we are at 16.7. That's pretty cool. It's going to be handy, because we do have all these boxes of beasts and sacks of spiders, so, you know, primal beasts are no joke. Oh, hello. Paralysis. Paralysis possible here. I guess I'm gonna... Yeah. If that had not killed him, I probably would have apocalypsed. So I'm focusing on the dudes that can mutate me first. Oh man, another floating eye? Just backing up from him. But yeah, the guys that can mutate me first are, of course, they're the priority. They're the priority to kill first, I mean, the guys that can mutate me. Even though we already have some pretty nasty mutations. I want to take out the Shadow Demon with penetration. And as he goes away, so does most of the army. Let's walk away. Getting away from that floating eye is a really important thing. Chaos Spawn can paralyze us, so they're high priority targets along with things like the floating eye. What, did that paralyze us immediately? No it didn't, okay. Take a step out of his line of sight. Now it's okay if I get paralyzed, nothing else is here. Wow, that was a lot of paralyzing eyes. I guess it was only 2, but I'm not really used to seeing them back to back like that. Certainly can have it in here. Oh, and a third one. Penetrate here. They have really crappy defenses, and that's a blessing, and it's on purpose, I assume, because of how insanely powerful they are. Probably the most dangerous thing in the entire game, in combo with other stuff. Unless you're a Formicid. Oh, hey, it's Manoleg. And you know what I haven't been using? I haven't been using Gateway. Hey, here's our buddy. Alright, so... usual Manoleg stuff. I'm going to try to kill him really fast with the dragon. We have some might and agility. I'm going to use an agility. But otherwise, I don't think I'm going to use a might. Shouldn't be necessary. Let's let the tentacle do some work. Here's our friend here. I see that he's already got a floating eye, so we're going to see if we can't kill it with fire. And we do. Now we're just going to melee this dude. I see that Manoleg has summoned some horrible things. That's okay. We will apocalypse if things get too bad. I should probably be in staff form, to be honest, but I wanted to see if I could kill him super fast. Oh man, come on. Ah, we got him. Cool. Down goes Manoleg. Pretty easy. Not a particularly hard fight. The thing about this floor is it's less Manoleg and more the fact that you're necessarily going to take some mutations unless you play very, 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 very perfectly and get a little bit lucky. Certainly it's possible to do this entire floor and not get mutated once. It's not likely, because just the sheer amount of mutational stuff in here, unless you're a summoner. I mean, like, if I really wanted to, I could walk around with butterflies up pretty much all the time and throw stuff through them, or, you know, use Malign Gateway and so on and so forth. But that's a little bit tedious. And at this point in the game, I don't want to deal with tedium. Wow, a lot of stuff here. It's a good time to use Song of Slaying. Easy enough. Nothing here. It's too scary. Just Again, many sources of mutation. We ended up picking up Frail a while ago on this floor. Near the beginning, actually. You know, I'm a little annoyed, actually. Did we just clear out most of this floor and there have been no ugly things yet? I mean, did they take them out? Because I generally look forward to this floor if I'm having mutation problems, because it's like I'm going to have a whole bunch of mutated meat to eat. And I thought it was guaranteed. But I think we may have gotten robbed. Just a little bit. Taking out these cacodemus with throwing if I can. Penetration where necessary. Wow, he is just invulnerable. You know what? Yaras. Yaras will not finish him, but gave him the mutation necessary for me to hit him and do enough damage to kill him, apparently. Let's go stat form in case that thing paralyzes us, which it does not. This is quite a lot of stuff we're throwing here. Probably should have put up, I probably should have put up Song of Slaying. Would have made that whole thing a little easier. Wow. All right. Okay. A little surprised. I can't imagine, or rather, I can't remember the last time I went through here. Didn't see a whole lot of ugly things that you can eat for mutation. But either that got changed, or it depends on which floor you get. Which version of his lair you get. I need to identify this Wand of Clouds. But I'm not carrying identify scrolls. Oh well. Okay, two more pan runes. Okay. Shadow Fiend's not too tough anymore, but still a threat. I mean, anything that can torment is a big threat. I kind of want to... I may play like an undead character next, possibly. Just to show how much fun it is to not have to worry about torment. Wow. Wow. Triple frail. That's cute. So, our benefit to being a troll is now robbed from us. So, a lowly human now, basically. We've become a demon spawn with claws. Oh man, I almost feel like. I mean, I almost feel like they messed with the spawn rates for. For mutation potions, but I doubt that's the case. Mutation potions removed. Like, if I get out of here, and I'm sure I probably will, or if I find an exit, I'll probably cut the video short. And honestly, I might do a few Zig floors. I could just lay down my figurine, but that's not going to happen. And the reason is that, like, at least on a Zig floor, I'm guaranteed a big pile of loot, you know? Which may or may not have a few potions in it. Is that a portal out, I see? Yeah, let's go to the next floor. Yeah, look at that. Only 300 hit points in dragon form. And we got Sarabov here. This, I don't want to be next to the Brimstone guy. Can I pog? Yeah, I pogged, and then now I will, I'm really doing dumb things. This is the absolute corner, so I can't make a kill hole here, even though I tried. That was a waste of my time. Let's just take a step. Brimstone Fiend was kind enough not to torment me, thank you. The game can be nice. We're going to go ahead and identify the Wand of Clouds, and we'll keep it on us, because Wand of Clouds is very nice, especially with the amount of evocations we have now, so that's pretty cool. Would have preferred the scatter shot, but beggars cannot be choosers. Yeah, I should have done it that way, but it was hard to tell which part of the floor I was on. So we're definitely going to do this in dragon form for the RF+. Oh. He has a Wand of Lightning. Yeah, we'll just auto explore, or O explore if you prefer, until we run into Sarabov. Oh, looks like we picked up some things. Let's drop this ring. Let's drop that ring. Oh wait, hey! Potion of Mutation. We have one. Let's drink it immediately. And it doesn't do anything for us that I care too much about, except for removing the scroll penalty, which I guess is pretty good now that we have a scroll of blinking. But man, 3 times Frail and Berserk. I don't know about all this. I've had better games. That's all I can say. I've had better games when it comes to mutation. Alright. Let's keep exploring. That's one thing in favor of exploring pan floors, by the way, is, you know, eventually you're going to find some stuff you like, you know. It's not like Hell, where there's basically no loot. This is Pan. It's more like the Abyss, where stuff shows up, you know. Stuff you might like. Stuff that might make your game a lot easier. Even at this point in the game. A lot of times I find myself in the late game and you're in a position where you could find stuff, but the reality is your character's pretty much set, right? You get to a certain point in the game, as long as the game's been pretty okay to you, you know, finding more things is just icing on the cake, right? On this character, I feel the opposite. I feel like almost anything I find would be some kind of improvement, or could be. I'm not really complaining, just kind of saying that that's the way the RNG worked out this game. Okay, I'm berserked. I don't want to be. Oh man, I'm gonna close this. And you know, I have 8 cancellations, so I'm gonna just quaff it. Go into dragon form, and I'm gonna fight him. Oh boy. There's Sarabov. I didn't expect him to come out for this. We're definitely teleporting. Take a step back. He's hasted. Let's close the door. Close the door. Okay, there we go. I closed it twice. He opened it on me, and of course he was hasted and I was not. So, see, I don't think we're gonna have a problem killing him. It's just I want to do it. I want to start the fight at full hit points, an advantageous start. And of course, we are in a bit of in a bit of a bind here because of the fact that we have 30% frail. I'm laughing a bit because it's honestly sort of ludicrous, the amount that we got screwed over here. These are, if I had to list the worst mutations in the game that you could have, it would go like, probably Teleportitis is number 1. Berserkitis next, unless your character is a pure caster, at which point Berserkitis doesn't matter. But if you're swinging, Berserkitis goes at number 2. And then after that, I'd probably put, for most characters, I'd probably put the scroll slowness thing, since scrolls are a really huge, important way to survive. And then I would put frail after that. So my top 4, like my top 4 nastiest malmutations are exactly what we got. Shout uncontrollably is no big deal, really. I mean, okay, you make noise, who cares? Unless you're a stealth character. I find that even if you're a stealth character, shouting doesn't matter that much. You can just re-engage later. Then again, I guess there's, they've been slowly removing a lot of the mutations. I wonder, can you look up the malmutations? Probably not. Well, I'm not going to bother trying to look up every single mutation, but yeah, it seems like they've steadily been messing with the mutation system, and they probably removed most of the ones that aren't the ones I listed. I guess there's the stat penalty ones, like -2 strength here or there. Those ones I don't mind too much, but then on the right character, it could be the end of your character. If you get paralyzed from it, you know. Alright, let's try this again. I'm gonna close the door. That didn't quite work out. I was kind of hoping Cerebov would come again and get wrecked by my tentacle maybe a little bit while I just wait here. I'm gonna shout some. Come on, you came out before. Come out again. Suddenly he's afraid. There he is. Alright, let's close the door and have him fight that. Awesome. So, in doing so, we cast it, we walk south, we close the door. Now he's partially hurt. We get to start this fight on top of things, you know? So that's cool. Let's pop on regeneration. And I'm gonna cloud. Yes, I want to cloud it. That does nothing to either of them, unfortunately. Negative energy is a pain. Let's just close the door. You feel a bit more experienced. Wow. The tentacle did all the work. Alright. Unless, no, it says he's still here. It says he's still in Pan. I assumed maybe he could get, I assumed that maybe he was like a Bist. No, there he is. I got tricked. I got all excited. Oops. Alright. Yeah, it must have killed something else. Okay, that's fine. Okay, this is cool. We'll just Yara's him. No haste for you, friend. Close the door. Alright, now we're going to cloud again. Unfortunately, we get poison, and he is resistant to it, which I believe makes him immune. We'll take the step. I'll fight him. That's fine. I know he's hasted, but he's also getting wrecked, so yeah, he was distracted, and we got the distract hit on him. Not that I've trained any stealth, which would make that happen more often, but pretty good stuff. I think there's nothing more disappointing in this game than Serabov's sword, because I think the first time I got it, I was all excited. I was like, wow, it's this awesome two-handed sword, right? And it does so much damage, it's so cool. It can even strip fire resistance. But the reality is, even if you're using long blades at this point, you really don't want to use this. It's crap. Rather have just like a generic great sword of electricity in my opinion. Okay, we found a cursed, highly crappy ring. MR minus is really never something I'm willing to wear. Almost never. Alright, there is the rune. Now, we're coming up on a pretty lengthy time. I think it's around 55 minutes. Normally I would cut the video here, but we've already done 3 runes. Why don't we just get the last one, so we can just have a nice all of Pan video. Have a little video editing to do on this anyway. Might cut it down a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna blow this magic mapping now. Speed this up a bit, hopefully. We've got Mom Loban left. Fine, we'll exit. Rest up, go right back in. I feel like there was something I wanted to do out here, but... Oh. Hi guys. This is quite a lot of stuff. This is a good time to apocalypse and clear this board a bit, and then teleport. Because this is no fun, all this stuff. Oh, there's a... I'm too exhausted to power leap. Oops, okay. Okay, that's not too bad. A little bit of a surprise, that entrance, but that's what happens in Pandemonium. You can get dropped in really bad situations. That's not even the worst one. I'm sure you've probably heard of Hellion Island. The island where you appear and there's like 30 Hellions around you. Like, have fun. Surprise. There is a recharge scroll over there. I kind of want to go get it, but on the other hand, I don't want to fool with all this stuff here. And again, we're kind of bleeding it off one enemy at a time, so... Maybe I can get some mutated meat off these ghost mons, but apparently not. You know what? I am so done with this floor. Scroll of recharge is just not needed. Okay, we got our Brimstone Fiend here. Let's pull him to us. Oof. Did he just... Wow. Brimstone Fiends are vulnerable to ice, and that saint just killed this thing for us. So that's kind of cute, I guess. I'll regen. And Song of Slaying and kill this stuff. Oh no. No, Hellion, don't do that. What a bad time to be slow. Wow, he can do us so many times. Let's end the transformation. Okay. What a great time to blink away. I don't know what I'm thinking. cancellation, so I'm not slow anymore. Wow, made some real mistakes there. I'm just dorking around while stat formed and slowed next to a Hellion, acting like it's no big deal. Could have probably died there, maybe not, but got what we deserved. We got hellfired like 16 times. I'm gonna drink a healing, my last one. I'm gonna dig this away. And I'm gonna just drink a bunch of curing because I have a lot of them. Okay, this isn't bad. I think he gave up the chase anyway. Potion of mutation, we'll drink that. We feel robust and we feel less angry. That's so good. Now, we wouldn't have been in that situation at all, by the way, if we didn't have Berserkitis, so I don't feel too bad about it, but I do feel like I misplayed badly. Just kind of playing on autopilot, so to speak. Should have handled it a little better, but that's one of the reasons I hate Berserkitis, because it, you know, if you live with Berserkitis long enough, you're essentially guaranteed to fault at some point, because it's this extra dimension of, it's like this extra problem that you're not used to, that you're not expecting on your character. I think it's very hard to get yourself in the mode where you are totally cool with it, you know, because you have to remember, oh gee, I might randomly go berserk every single time anything happens. I think it's just very hard to really keep that in mind, in my opinion. Okay, well that was a pretty pushover-y sort of Panlord. Can I have an exit, please, from this floor? This is purely Pandemonium trolling me, by the way. Like I get the final, I get all the runes except for the final one, and then it proceeds to not do it for me for, you know, how many turns. Okay, well, hold on a second, let me see. He is susceptible to fire and cold. Cool. So we'll just whack him with Lamp of Fire, which for some reason doesn't get him. I couldn't tell you why. I guess I'll cloud him, and we'll recharge the clouds. He's got haste and summon demon. Oh, you know what? I'll Yaris him. What did he do? Oh, I guess that was just the Soul Eater using his drain life ability. Fine. Throw some rocks. This dude has okay defenses. They're not great. I'm just gonna swing on him and get the kill. Cool. And do slaying and refresh my statue form and do regen. You know what? This stuff's getting apocalypsed because there's just too much of it. Go into dragon form for the fire resistance, something I probably should have done a little while ago. Whew. What a spicy Pandemonium. Still not Lam Lobon's zone. See what this ring is. We don't need our core on us, really. Scythe of Freezing. Okay, staff form. I mean, I guess carrying around our core is a decent idea. Yeah, I don't really have any other source of it, so I might as well. It's not like I have a ton of resistance, just one. Alright, fancy looking structure here. But, of course, nothing important in it. Pandemonium feels like it's like kind of famous for throwing these interesting looking dungeon fixtures, you know, interesting walls and stuff, interesting look at, like it looks like a vault, and you go inside and it's just nothing, which is a little frustrating, but I think it's just sort of in keeping with it, Pandemonium being chaotic, random things in it. Hello, I'll apocalypse all this, thank you. Gonna do large rocks to kill that. Let's kill the Panlord with... Well, actually, I should look at him first, yeah. He is a warrior Panlord. I can tell this because he can hit for an insane amount of damage. Says it's susceptible to cold. Not that we have cold attacks, but that's good to know. Could probably hit him with Wand of Clouds. No, acid's good. Wow, he has Freezing Cloud? I assumed that from his attack he was considered a warrior Panlord and didn't have, or from his 51 damage attack he was a warrior Panlord, but now that I look at it again, he doesn't have any AC. So, that's... I should have noticed that. Well, I guess I could just pop on my RF minus stuff. I'm not super concerned because there's a cloud here, so that dude's not really gonna, Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, never mind. He can apparently fireball us through the... the ice clouds, so I'm gonna teleport. I also drank the resistance. We're gonna blink. Okay, so that sucked. That sucked badly. Oh, and and it's a tormentor. Okay, let's why don't we just get in a little hidey hole here, yeah? God, that could have been bad. I can't tell if I'm misplaying super badly, or if this is just a really, really rough series of pan floors. I'm definitely misplaying at least a little bit, that's for sure. Plus, this character is just kind of rickety. As much as it seems like it's super tough, it's like, oh, what are you complaining about? You're a troll with a bunch of transmutations online and all this experience. Well, okay, fine, but it's... I don't think this is as good of a character as it looks like. I mean, a lot of it is these resistances. Oh, jeez, I really need to swap this back on. Yeah, a lot of it is these resistances. The lack of any kind of resistance, except for swappable, is so enormous in the late game, and it's something you don't even realize is a problem until you don't have it. You really want to have like one pip of everything, and it's a rare character in my experience. A very rare character that doesn't. You know, like usually by the time you're in Pan, you have most of your bases covered. Maybe not at the same time, but you do. You know, you pretty much have most of your bases covered. You might have like worst case scenario in most characters, you'll have like RF plus, you might have like a pip of Arnag, you might have like, I don't know, Arlec or Arcor, you'll probably have your MR mostly covered. I mean, I'm not saying you're going to have green across the board on every character, that's unlikely, but, or it's not, you know, it's not guaranteed. But you're probably going to have most of your bases covered, or some of your bases covered at all times, and then be able to swap on for others. In our case, we have like none of our bases covered except for MR. And we've got to swap on like transmutations or items to cover it. By way of example, if we didn't, I mean, it's pretty easy to show you, if I didn't have the Rue sacrifice, I would have RC plus and RF plus at the same time, and that would have saved us from an insane amount of damage. The first pip is the most important pip of resistance, because that's the one that halves the damage. Of course, I'm not saying this to complain. I'm not Apocalypse this stuff. I'm not saying it to complain, I'm just pointing out that the character is not as strong as it looks. That's what I'm really trying to point out here. Is that this is not a super powerful character compared to what it could be if it wasn't a Rue worshiper. So, like, why did I go Rue? Rue's awesome. Rue's powerful. Rue gives me access to Apocalypse, probably the most powerful and useful ability in the game. But it comes with a price. So if you see these videos and you see me going Rue a couple times in a row and you think the god is broken, which I have seen some people suggest that it should be nerfed, I don't know, man. It really depends, because you're really creating some problems for yourself down the line when you take these sacrifices. In a lot of cases, at least in the case of sac resistances, you're crossing your fingers and you're hoping, I'm gonna find enough resistances to make this worth it. In our case, we did not. If I could go back in time, I don't know, I doubt this character had much trouble early on. I might have rejected. I think I was in a position where I had to reject twice in a row, and I wasn't about to do that. Because rejecting twice in a row makes it take forever to get your next set of sacrifices. But with that said, yeah, I feel like I would have taken something else. Because it's just created this unfortunate situation. I mean, we could even be punished. We could even be punished on the Ascent if enough nasty Panlords come. And we still don't have access to Disjunction or anything to make that easier. It'd be cool if stat form gave you resistance to cold. What am I doing? This is not the right way. I should be going this way. This is where Lam Loban is. Just exploring the level. There's no loot in that direction as far as I know. Alright, I can't, I'm trying to beckon him, but I can't do that. I can't pull him into the water, as cool as that would be. Just instant kill anything. That'd be pretty sweet, wouldn't it? Whoa, 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 whoa! That's quite a lot of stuff around Lam Loban. Usually he's alone in here, in my experience. Okay. So, I didn't really think too much on how I was going to kill him. First thing I'll do is pop out a Malign Gateway. He's got Glaciate. I don't want to fight all this crap at the same time, so let's just teleport. Oh wow, cool teleport. Let's teleport again. It teleported me 2 steps away. Okay, we killed a Lich. I'm just teleporting because I wanted... Tentacle Connect failed. What the heck? Severed status 0. Okay. I assume that's something to do with Eldritch Tentacle glitching out. But yeah, I just wanted to teleport, let the Tentacle kill a few things, because I didn't want to fight Lam Loban and all his buddies at the same time. Okay. Now I'm going to wear the RF minus, mainly because I need RC plus. If I'm going to fight something with Glaciate, I need at least 1 pip of resist, in my opinion. I mean, I don't need it, so to speak, but it's good. Okay, so he's got decent EV, he's got middling AC, he's got a decent amount of hit points, but most importantly, he can heal himself and blink around. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop on our anti-magic, and we're going to pop on agility in case he hits us, which is, he'll probably just cast at us. And I want to hit him with anti-magic a couple of times. That's all I want to do. So, what's my... Wow, my evocation's at the point. I'm going to see if I can get some... No, that didn't quite work out. I wanted to get some moths, but I don't think my... You can get ghost moths if your evocations is high enough. So let's just make some beasts. Added benefit, they're exploding on my dudes and not on me. Or at least partially not on me. One of them didn't reach me anyway. And I'll just make some beasts. I'm going to get caught up in this tornado, which sucks. Oh, boy. Whoa. What in the... What? That's a little more damage than I thought that could do. That must have been close to max damage. 132, but I thought half of that was ice damage, so it would be halved. Dang. Well, we gotta reset this fight. We're gonna read teleport. Please don't kill me. I have Arlec even with all this stuff off. I guess I'll Apocalypse maybe? Or should I drink some Curing? I think Apocalypse is the answer because it could paralyze or steal his magic. He's slow, that's okay. Let's start drinking Curing. I need to be using haste for this, but the problem is that he can just... He can do an insane amount of damage to us with Glaciate. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to... Let's have a less exciting time. What's that Chinese proverb? May you live in interesting times, and it's not meant to be like a compliment or a good thing. I want to have a less interesting time with this guy. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to make myself a little army of buddies. Because look how many boxes I have. Let's make ourselves a lot of friends. You know, I'm going to have a lot of little buddies. I'm going to start myself a zoo. We're going to use haste. Unfortunately, no such thing as resistance. We don't have it. It's gone. So, this is like the last challenge of the game. So, well, I wouldn't say the last challenge. We could have trouble with the ascent. But you know, let's do it big. Give me another one. Cool. Now we have a nice big army of it's mostly primals. Some matures and elders, but mostly primals. At least 5 primals, I think. Yeah, 5 primals. So now, well, agility again. Oh, here's our little buddy. He's coming early. And I don't even want to be in stat form, honestly. I'm going to drink Brilliance. Okay, unfortunately that's a bit far away. Let's have my dudes. You know, I'm going to stay far away from him. And I'm going to let my dudes enjoy fighting him. Because his Glaciate does less damage to me the further away it is, I believe. And he can't even reach me at the absolute edge of vision. So, as long as he's back there, yeah, good luck, dude. He blinks, that's fine. My friends, come on. Did he not want to follow? Oh, there he is. He's being tricky. Alright. Okay, go get him. I want to stay at the edge if possible. I can probably Apocalypse to kill him now if I want to. In fact, I'm gonna... Did he die? He died. Alright, sweet. Thank you, Primal Beasts. And we still have 5 boxes of Beasts left. So, if you ever doubted that Box of Beasts is good, maybe you used it and got like a larval beast and decided it was total crap. Well, there's some evidence to the contrary. Alright, we still have Frailty 2. I'm going to risk it and try to get rid of it. Okay, you feel slightly disoriented. Is that teleportitis? I don't know what's going on there. Oh, well, we got rid of one frail. And this is a decent mutation set otherwise. Okay, so 14 runes. That was a pretty exciting Lom fight. We just swarmed him with beasts. Whatever works, right? I really did forget exactly how much damage Glaciate does. It doesn't seem to say. It doesn't seem to say how much of it is cold and how much... Oh, wait, no. Okay, 55% of its damage is resisted with AC only. Okay, so roughly half, like I thought, is ice, but it did like 100 damage to me. And if Lom can hit me for 132 damage with Glaciate, it had to have rolled pretty much maximum, or maybe I just took a lot of damage from the tornado. But in any event, that could have been very bad. Thankfully it worked out. So all right, I'm gonna cut this video. It's getting pretty long anyway. I need to edit this up and fix it, but next time we'll do Abyss, and we will also do the Ascent. So hope you guys enjoyed Pandemonium. Until next time, I'm signing out.